Net neutrality is the idea that the internet and the data carried on the internet should be free and open for everyone to use without any tiered access to it or limited access by internet service providers or by the government. Just that the internet was created to be open.
It becomes very, very complicated when you look at the competitive environment, so that a site like YouTube, maybe they're able to afford to pay an ISP a higher amount of money to have faster service for their users, but the new competitor to YouTube, a new startup wouldn't be able to have that same opportunity. And as long as we can keep the internet lanes equal, then that gives everyone equal opportunity to be able to innovate and to create new products for people to use.
Net neutrality is very important because to me the internet is the only thing in today's day and age that I would consider to be sacred. And I say that because on the internet everyone has an equal voice, everyone is created equal. That's not the case in any religion, that's not the case in any social structure, in any belief. The internet is the only place on the planet where everybody is equal, where everyone theoretically can be on a level playing field. And so I think that that is sacred. And even though I am a big believer in the free market always, one thing I'm an even bigger believer in is free speech. And I think that limiting net neutrality would definitely infringe on free speech.
My feelings about net neutrality are that although I don't like government regulation in pretty much any form, it's the lesser of two evils in this case. So from a pragmatic perspective, I do think that the internet should be reclassified as Title II.
One of the most common complaints or critiques of protecting net neutrality is, the government needs to keep its hands off the internet, which is the exact opposite of what would actually happen if net neutrality is permanently enacted. The government is stepping in to protect the internet from other people ruining it, much like the way the government steps in and protects national parks. So there's a national park designation for Yellowstone, and people cannot go in and just start drilling in Yellowstone, or we can't just go ahead and build 19 strip malls in Yellowstone because it's protected property. The government stepped in and designated it as important enough to want to protect it. And that's exactly the same thing that the government is potentially doing with the internet if we go ahead and keep net neutrality. And that's the important thing. We already have net neutrality. It's not like the government's stepping in to demanding some big change. The government's stepping in to say, hey, this needs to stay the way it is.